In the last few months, we've seen many bicentennial ceremonies honoring the events of the War of 1812. The year 1813 was indeed an active one in this part of the world. There were battles at York, at Sackett's Harbor, at Fort George, at Stony Creek. Very close to home, there was Laura Secord's famous walk and the subsequent Battle of Beaver Dams. That autumn saw the battles of Lake Erie, Moraviantown, Shadow Gay, and Chrysler's Farm. And that's the short list. Given the heightened level of combat, it was perhaps understandable that the war started to get particularly nasty. The burning of civilian homes and businesses got underway seriously in Niagara Lake and continued into St. David's and across the Niagara River, all the way to Buffalo. By 1814, the nature of the war changed somewhat. The British had disposed of Napoleon, or so they thought, and were able to concentrate more forces on North America. If the Americans were to be successful in taking Canada, they would need immediate success. In early July, they sent their best army yet, under Major General Jacob Brown. Just 2 days later, on July 5th, they were victorious over the British at the Battle of Chippewa, and the stage was set for the battle on the hill just west of the Portage Road. As the Americans advanced northwards, the British set up their cannons in the cemetery beside the Presbyterian meeting house, right here. As the battle raged, the American Brown ordered Lieutenant Colonel James Miller of the 21st Infantry to take the cannons. He replied, "I'll try, sir." Not only did the 21st try, they were successful. 3 British counterattacks failed to retake the guns, and the battle ground on in the heat, humidity, smoke, and darkness until the British finally withdrew. There had been almost 900 casualties on both sides on this relatively tiny battlefield. Holding the high ground but hampered by their huge casualties, the Americans also had to withdraw, first to Chippewa and then to Fort Erie and eventually home. In this city, we sometimes think of the battle as somehow ours and forget that it's important to Americans as well. Shortly after the war, James Miller's 21st Infantry became part of the 5th Infantry. Their motto still is, "I'll try, sir." And the regimental badge shows the 7 cannons they captured here. Already their veterans organization, the Bobcats, is busy making plans to visit this site for next year's bicentennial. We are planning to be more hospitable this time. If any war can be said to have a good outcome, the War of 1812 did. Brown's force was the last official American attack on Canada. Naturally, there was a level of mutual distrust that lingered for some time, but over the years that faded away. Unlike so many countries, we've been able to honor the bravery and sacrifices of the people who took part in the war without attempting some sort of revenge or harboring much resentment. Sometimes we've had to work at our friendship, but 200 years of peace have been the happy result. Long may they continue. From time to time up here, I am being attacked by a flag. It's a Lincoln Wellens flag. On it, it says, "No nobis sed patria," not for ourselves, but for our country. And that describes the young men on both sides who fought here and in so many cases died here.